This news update is brought to you by...
This is how we flow. Oh, the offers are quite exciting, and the prices will leave you smiling. Everybody's got a chance to glow.
Get the new Samsung J5 plus 1 gig free data starting at just $345.
Good morning and welcome to the Barbados Today News Update. It's Monday, December 28th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. In our top story, 4 new contracts will be awarded by month end to build and renovate multi-million-dollar police stations across the island. Word of this from Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite, who tells Barbados Today that work on the new stations at Hastings and Worthing in Christchurch and Cane Garden St. Thomas should begin by mid-January. The old Black Rock Station and the male barracks at Central Police Station will also be upgraded. Minister Brathwaite says these are part of an overall $72 million financing package from the National Insurance Scheme, which also includes a new police headquarters and a station at Boarded Hall, St. George. Meantime, in a review of the year, the Attorney General expressed concern about the way the remand system was functioning and pledged to introduce measures next month to address this and other areas of the criminal justice system.
In that regard, probably by January, if not latest by February, we're going to bring legislation to Parliament abolishing preliminary inquiries. We started more or less by having more paper committees, but we're going to legislate so we can eliminate preliminary inquiries altogether, and hopefully that should lend itself to getting matters before the courts quicker. I've asked the Royal Barbados Police Force to examine their processes to see how they themselves can ensure their files are better prepared and more quickly prepared so we can get things heard.
He also responded to recent comments by the resident European Union ambassador to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Michael Barford, on the issue of discrimination against the gay and lesbian community.
Where the gays have their shows in Barbados at the plantations almost every year. I never have anybody going to throw rocks at them or eggs or anything, etc. If you go through back to the road tonight, you'll probably see the guys around the corner there, and I don't see anybody stoning them, etc. But it serves some people's agenda to curse Barbados, etc. Which saddens me because I don't see what some people are saying in terms of how we behave towards persons with alternative lifestyles.
The Royal Barbados Police Force is reporting a relatively incident-free Christmas. Police Public Relations Officer, Acting Assistant Superintendent of Police David Welch, says apart from a shooting on Christmas Day, there were no other major incidents. 29-year-old Ricardo Gibbons of Lower Carlton, St. James, was shot multiple times in the chest and hip around midday on Friday while in the neighborhood. He remains in serious but stable condition at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. ASP Welch says while police responded to their usual calls to service, there was nothing else to report. Police are seeking the public's help in locating 17-year-old Danielle Gabriel of Barbados Garden, St. Thomas. She left home last Tuesday and has not been seen since. Gabriel is about 5 feet 4 inches tall, thick build, and has a dark complexion. She has a round head with black straightened hair. Anyone with information pertaining to her whereabouts is asked to contact the emergency number 211 or the nearest police station. Government officials will meet with local entertainers and promoters in the new year to discuss newly imposed taxes. Promoters have been up in arms over the new changes, which according to them resulted in losses on their investments in fêtes and Cadomant bans. However, Minister of Culture Stephen Lashley says his ministry and the Ministry of Finance will hold talks with industry officials in 2016 in order to settle the issue.
We are hoping in the new year to meet with the promoters. There are, of course, some unfinished business, and we have gotten undertaking from the Ministry of Finance to sit with the Ministry of Culture and the promoters to look at the issues that they have raised, and I look forward and anticipate that we will work very closely with our entertainment industry generally, and of course with our promoters in particular, to map out creative ways in which we can have a win-win situation whereby we can do what is necessary to transform the Barbados economy.
Meantime, President of the Barbados Association of Masqueraders, Chetwin Stewart, tells Barbados Today that they are pushing ahead with plans to form an organization to challenge the new changes to the value-added tax legislation. And he's revealed that they are currently seeking legal advice on the way forward.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To news from the region, we head to the Bahamas, where Prime Minister Perry Christie has sent a strong warning to criminal elements there to beware. He made it clear that the strong arm of the law will be enforced in the new year.
We must therefore redouble our efforts to work together with our uniformed forces. We will continue to institute training opportunities and job creation initiatives to ensure that our at-risk youth are afforded positive, life-changing alternatives. At the same time, however, those who remain intent on pursuing lives of criminality, who only want to rob and steal or to inflict violence upon others, to such persons, they must hear this: cease and desist, because there is no place in our society for those hell-bent on senseless acts of violence. The strong arm of the law will catch up with you. So stop now, and stop before it is too late.
Pope Francis makes a special appeal on behalf of Cuban migrants. He called on Central American countries to show generosity in dealing with the rising numbers of Cubans stranded in that region. Several thousand Cubans are stranded at the border between Costa Rica and Nicaragua, hoping to reach the United States by land. Nicaragua has refused to allow the migrants to pass through its territory. The Pope says many Cubans passing through Central America were victims of human trafficking. On the international scene, parts of the United States are picking up the pieces after battling deadly tornadoes, while parts of the United Kingdom battle unprecedented flood waters. First in the United States, where police are reporting that at least 11 people were killed in tornadoes in Texas, with heavy rains and snow causing deaths and disruption in a number of other states. At least 8 people died in Garland near Dallas, 5 of them when their cars were blown off a motorway. Heavy rains have caused flooding further north, leaving 12 people dead in Missouri and Illinois.
On fatalities at the state level, we don't have an official number to announce at this time. Obviously, the number is far too many. And we need to continue through the process of evaluating the status as we make our way through the rubble today and tomorrow. But as you know, there have been approximately 11 fatalities reported, and I use the word approximately with emphasis, and we will wait and see.
And over in the United Kingdom, some 500 soldiers have now been brought in to deal with unprecedented flooding in Yorkshire and several other areas. 1,000 more are on standby after Prime Minister David Cameron vowed to help people in their hour of need. Rescuers have been evacuating homes in York, where water levels are still rising, and thousands of people in northwest England are without power. There are scores of flood warnings in England, Wales, and Scotland. And on that note, we come to an end of our Barbados Today morning update, but you can join us again this afternoon for the very latest. You can also visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb for more news and sports. Also, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on iZooming Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Have a good morning.